Hello everyone, this is Grace. It is September the 11th, 2022, and today we are going to be discussing the weather. Yes, we're going to be looking at the seasons. And I have in front of me here a plane. The earth as a plane, and it's divided into 12 sections. And the reason why I divided it into 12 sections is for the months. Now we're familiar with this chart right here for the rotation of the sun. We know that the sun travels around the earth in a circular pattern, a swirl-like circular pattern. So then, the months, however, are a little bit different. I didn't draw this exactly the way I would have it to be. I wish that I would have made it go out a little bit further and then in closer to the north and then go out and around like that onto the next one, go outside the month a little bit, then end closer to the north and then around, this being the new moon, going out and around into the next one and so on and so forth. Oops, hold on, let me undo that. So on and so forth. Okay, so that is our pattern of our moon, and so this would be it over the course of a year. Over the course of the year, it would go from area to area, this being the earth. And I have a couple of, I found a couple of maps. I actually only found one with the time. That's what I was originally going to do it as, and to my delight, I was able to find one, but I could only find one. And then I found this one, which I actually like a lot better, because you can see the areas here that they have designated. They have America there, and then South America, Africa over here, Asia, and then Australia. And you see they have the 24 hours a day outlined, because they're going by the time as well. So I really like that one. I like that design. And if we look at the time, excuse me, if we look at the time, let's start at 0 here. Then we can just take the 24-hour day and divide it, and we'll use 2 time zones to know what the weather is going to be like for each month. So let's say the first month, the moon is over this area, so it's going to be colder. And then you have your second, these two, and then these two will have similar weather. These two will have similar weather, these 2 time zones. Then these two, this one, and this. And then these two will have similar time zone. That's over our Alaska and a little bit of Canada. And then finally we get to Pacific and Mountain America. They're going to have similar weather because the moon will be over them. And then it gets a little bit of the central time zone as well. And then you go, of course, to Eastern and Central time zone. And of course, it's going to be even the tip. It looks like the tip of America is even further out. So it's going to have completely different weather than over here in California, because it's a couple of months difference between the weather. And then, of course, we have South America here. They're going to be in they're going to be about a month ahead of us in the weather. For the most part, but they're also closer to the center line, so they're closer to the equator, and that's going to have an effect. But if we just count the months, if we say we're here and Georgia's right around there, so that's 1 month, that's 2 months, 3, 4, 5, and Jerusalem is somewhere around here, right here. Yep. So they're 5 months behind us, 5 to 6, because it's right there on the edge. Let's say about 5. Let's right on the edge, so maybe 5 to 6. It could be 6 months behind us. And pay no attention to those videos you see on YouTube. They pre-record those videos, and then they post them up to match our season. So if it's winter season here, they'll record it in the winter over there 5 to 6 months earlier, and then they'll post them up on YouTube. And sometimes they'll tell you they're pre-recorded, and then other times they'll tell you that they're not. But people that have been over there know that the weather is different, and the weather is going to be different from here than it is from here, because they're a couple of months behind us, and you can literally go month by month. Now, other aspects, of course, is not just the cold, as I mentioned before, but the heat. Because at the same time that the cold moon is circling the earth, the sun is also going around as well and rotating. So if you're close to the equator and the sun is near the middle of the year, the cold weather isn't going to have a whole lot of effect on you, because you're getting an awful lot of sun to counteract it. And here in February in the Midwest, it's freezing cold in February. I remember as a young girl even, there would be snow everywhere in December. There'd just be snow everywhere. And I thought to myself, why is there so much snow in December? And then you come to February and it's freezing cold. And it's not, if you guys saw the video where I said that the black moons, they magnified the sun. The reason why I say that is because if you're inside when it's cozy in February and you look outside, it's so bright and sunny. It looks like a beautiful spring day. The sun could be shining high up in the sky, super bright and sunny outside, biting cold. Biting cold. You wouldn't even know that it was cold, if you were inside, except for a few puffs of snow here or there that were left over from the December snowfall. Yeah, so for sure, in February, the moon is going to be close to the central area, and the sun is probably going to be circling somewhere further away. Well, it's going to have to be close to us because it's super bright and sunny, but it's not enough to counteract all of the, I don't know what that is. I have messed up my, there we go. It's not counteracting it might be up high in the sky or it might be near, but it's not counteracting that cold because it's biting cold here in February. I wanted to actually go through and compare some of the temperatures with you, and I'll show you what I started pulling up. I started pulling up some of the temperatures, but then I realized they were lying on all of them. Yeah, see, these things, they lie on them. They lie on mine. I checked mine. I checked the ones that I knew. They lie on those. So, and you can see for yourself if you pay a power bill. You know what months is super cold in your area. And let me show you. The Bible says, and we can tell if you've observed, that it does not rain in the wintertime. But every once in a while, you'll come across one of these. There's one. January. The coldest month and the wettest month is January. No, that's not the way it works. It does not rain in the wintertime. It doesn't rain like that in the wintertime. No, you get snow. Yeah, it can still be wet, but you're not going to get a whole lot of rain. Not like that, not according to the Bible. I can't remember the quote, but it says something like a fool and has a chance for something, steam or something like. It didn't use the word esteem, but as much as it rains in the wintertime, we went over the scripture in this study. That's why I didn't feel the need to look it up. So you're going to have varying, fluctuating temperatures. Of course, the far south is getting it coming and going, and so is the far north. But the north, when the sun gets close to it, it counteracts that constant barrage of cold. The cold is coming, it gets the north, the cold is going, it gets it on its way out. It gets a little bit of a reprieve from all that cold. And if it's summertime, then the sun constantly circling this area is going to give it a whole lot of sun in order to counteract the cold. And of course, the same thing with the equator. I actually have us a sun. Let's look at it so that we can look at the time. The light, the changes in the light. Hold on. Select this. All right, here we go. So I might have made this a little too big. So we have our sun, and let's say we have it divided into 12 parts, right? So it takes 2 hours to get from here to here. So in that 2 hours that it travels, it's lighting up. It's going to light up way more than the area that I have highlighted, okay? It's highlighting like half of the earth, of course, we know that. But just from my illustration, these people had sunlight 4 hours ago, but still they have sunlight as the sun has continued to move across across the earth, and it continues to move, so it gets more. This thing's a little picky. I can't with this thing. Okay, so let's try it again. And it still continues to have more as it moves across. But as it gets closer in, oh, we're going to stay here. So it hits the 2 hour mark, and it's going to take 2 hours to go from here to here. It's moving much slower. So 2 hours later, this area still has full sun. 2 hours later, they don't have sun for that time, but you see my point. It's lasting for 6 to 7 hours just on my model, and the sun is even bigger. It shines even brighter and covers more space than that. So it's going to be more as it gets to be summertime. The daylight lasts longer as opposed to wintertime, where it travels much faster around a longer. It has to travel faster in order to keep its 24-hour day span on a bigger length to travel. It's kind of odd, but I think we got it. I hope we got it. Anyway, so the cold from the moon affects the weather. The month that it's over, the month that the moon is circling your portion of the earth, is going to affect your weather. And then, of course, the rotation of the sun is going to affect it and what time of the year it's in. Because if it's closer, and you're going to get more sunlight. If it's closer to the center of the earth, you're going to get more sunlight because it moves slower to cover less space. And then as it gets out into December, of course, the earth is wider because it's round, and you're going to get less sunlight because the sun is moving much faster to cover more space in a shorter amount of time. I think I covered everything that I wanted to say. I think I covered everything. Yeah, I spoke about Jerusalem, how they're 5 to 6 months behind us. I guess that's all I have to say. Check your weather thing. They changed this for a reason. Why would they hide that? Why would they? Oh, well, they're hiding it for the globe. What am I thinking? It's not about Jerusalem. Maybe it is a little, but I don't think so. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have. I'll see you in the next video.